Aviation Week and Space Technology. This is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Good morning, station. This is Mark Carreau with Aviation Week and Space Technology. How do you hear me?
Hi, Mark. Welcome aboard the International Space Station.
Thank you. I've got some questions. I know you're both busy, so I appreciate the opportunity. I wonder if the two of you could discuss what the key challenges are for this third spacewalk as it's currently planned. It seems like there's lots of cable and lots of space station real estate to deal with.
That's right, Mark. We're continuing the cable theme that we had from the first two EVAs, and this one we're going to lay down over 400 feet of cable. We're going to send 2 cables out to the left side of the station, or port side, and 2 to the right side, or starboard side. And these cables are going to attach to some antennas that are going to be used for the future American vehicles that are going to be docking, bringing crew to the space station starting in a few years. So we need to put these antennas and the cables there for them, and also some reflectors, so their onboard navigation systems that use lasers can see the reflectors, and that way the spaceship will know where the station is and what orientation it's in, and we'll be able to dock properly. So there's a lot of moving from one end to the other of the station, and a lot of equipment and hardware that we're going to be bringing out there.
And Terry, I'd like to ask you if you and the experts on the ground are any closer to identifying the source of the water in your spacesuit helmet after the second spacewalk, and how concerned you might be about embarking on a third spacewalk in the same spacesuit.
Well, you know, to be honest, I've been busy getting ready for the third spacewalk, and I know a lot of specialists. I've gotten some emails and talked to folks on the ground. They're very busy analyzing the data. This is something that we've seen before, and I mentioned it yesterday when I noticed some water. I said it might be the same issue. It's happened a few times. So it's something that it's possible that it's something that we've seen before, but that's still to be determined, and I'm sure that NASA is looking very intently at it, and they're going to have a good answer for us here shortly. As far as being concerned, I'm actually pretty happy with this spacesuit. It's gotten me out the door and back in safely twice, so I kind of like it, and hopefully it's good and I can keep on going out in the same one.
Well, it sounds like if they can find a satisfactory answer, you're prime, you're ready to go on this one.
That's right. Yeah, Butch and I will absolutely be ready to go, and it's just a question. The ground's going to make the decision for us after looking at the data, and I'm completely confident I'm not going outside unless we're sure that it's a good suit.
Okay, and I'd like to ask the both of you, this series of 3 spacewalks to reconfigure the station for these commercial docking ports seems, bigger than just the work of putting the hardware in place. This is really sort of giving the U.S. space program a new direction, and I just wonder what the two of you think about the significance of this activity that you've undertaken.
Oh, it's absolutely huge significance. It is changing our capabilities of the International Space Station. We're preparing for the future. As we prepare for, as Terry said, for these U.S. vehicles to dock to the station. Right now we've got the old shuttle docking adapters, and they're kind of big. Those kind of docking adapters are big and heavy, and these smaller vehicles, there's no reason to put that kind of weight on them. So the docking adapters are different. And so we put those docking adapters on there. Like we said, they have to have power, and getting that power to them is our job, or working those cables to get it to it. And this is a huge effort. Yeah, we've spent some 6.5 hours on 2 spacewalks outside, but it has been literally years of planning. Engineers, training teams, assessment teams, operational teams across our nation doing much in preparation for this. So this is a huge endeavor. You're absolutely right in that assessment.
I wonder if the two of you could give us a little insight into sort of physical demands, even the mental demands of doing this kind of work. I listened yesterday to the spacewalks, and it seemed like there was an awful lot of coordination between the two of you, probably as much just looking at one another as actually talking, and also the sort of support that you got from Samantha, and also on the ground from Joe Acaba, and kind of cueing you here and there to what was coming next. And I just wonder how important that sort of teamwork is to accomplishing these goals.
Yeah, that teamwork is absolutely vital. These goals don't get accomplished. These objectives do not happen without the work of everybody coming together. And you know, in Joe talking to us, he's just the voice of many people in the background that are talking to him, and he's the conduit of communication to us back and forth. So there's many people on the ground that are assessing, you know, real time, making real time changes to what's taking place. And like I said, he's one of the prime ones. And Samantha, like you said, Terry and Samantha worked together to lube the arm yesterday, and it would not have happened. They got all the get-aheads done, and it would not have happened in our time allotted had not Samantha been exactly ready to start and do her part every single time. So her part was vital as well. And as far as the physical aspects, I can tell you there's not many things that I think that are more mentally and physically challenging simultaneously as doing a spacewalk like this with all the intricate details and the various things. And there's no way that, at least in my brain, that I can mentally put it all together and make it happen alone. That's why we need Joe and those ground teams feeding us information. Sometimes where a handrail is located, something as simple as that. And it's like you said, it's absolutely crucial to the success of any endeavor like this.
And what about the physicality of